Hey guys, welcome back. Chapter 16. We're getting so close to the end. It's such a great story. So, Bud woke up the next morning after being exhausted from his emotional release and figuring out who his father was and meeting everybody else that his father knows. And he is just exhausted. So he sleeps really hard and finally wakes up. And he goes down to the kitchen and he hears Herman, his father, and Miss Thomas talking about him. And he's just kind of listening, and it's basically her saying, "We're keeping this kid. I don't care what your deal is with this kiddo. He needs a place. He's not someplace safe that he can go, so he's ours, and you're just going to have to deal with it." And Herman pretty much says, "Well, fine, but it's your problem. I don't want anything to do with it." And it's good enough for Miss Thomas. She does not care. So he sneaks back up and then comes back down loud so they don't know that he was listening to him. And he is hanging out in the kitchen and having some breakfast. And then the band comes and checks in with them. And the band has also decided that he's theirs, and they have adopted him into his crew. And the way that they do that is that they give him his name. So first they switch out his suitcase for an instrument case, so he blends with them better if he's going to be part of the band, right? And then they also get him a recorder so he can practice and he can start playing. And then there's this interesting bit on page 193 down at the bottom. It says... It starts with Steady Eddie. Steady Eddie said, "I was just about to tell him some of the things Herman Calloway requires of anybody in his band." The thug said, "Otherwise known as Herman Calloway's rules to guarantee you have no female companionship, no alcohol, and no fun at all. Rule number 1, practice 2 hours a day." I just like that piece because you get to see that Bud has a bit of his father in him, that he's got these rules to live by as well. Only his rules are band rules versus life rules, but Bud also has the exact same thing, right? So anyway, the guys in the band get him together and they decide on a name for him. That he can't just be Bud, that doesn't even make any sense. So they go and they come up with this really great name, Sleepy LeBone, for him to be a member of the band. So he's head over heels. He loves that kind of acceptance. So he's super excited. So go ahead and read chapter 16, and the assignment for today, and it'll also be in Canvas, obvi, but I want you to write a paragraph like you're writing a postcard from Bud to his friend Bugs in California. Let's pretend that Bugs had made it out west and he's settled and Bud now knows where he is. So I want you to write, you can update Bugs on what has happened since he left him in Hooverville. And you can update him up to this moment of getting this instrument from the band and the new saxophone case for him to use for a suitcase and all this stuff, and how he's feeling and what's going on in his life right now. So, chapter 16. So close, guys. All right, I'll see you again later. Bye.